Hi everybody, my name is Smickle. Smickle and Smoot, also known as John. That's what I just casually go by because that's my fucking name. Um, and this is gonna be my attempt at a series on how to play Smash Brothers. Um, First and foremost, I would just like to note that well, technically speaking, I'm not like a super competitive player. Like I don't, you're not gonna see me at Evo Top 8 or whatever. That's cool, but I do play competitively, do enter tournaments, all that good stuff. I do have I have a good understanding of the game, of its mechanics, and not only just mechanics Smash Brothers exclusive, but concepts in fighting games and stuff like that. So I do, you know, I know my stuff. I play Smash Brothers tons and tons. I have about 500 hours, like any reasonable person should. So I do have a very good idea of what I am talking about when I do say what I say. And so I only say that so that you believe me and you trust what I'm saying as you watch this video. Um, um, and so to start this off, the most important part about playing any fighting game is knowing one, what you're doing, and two, what character you want to do it with. Um, but honestly, to choose a character that even fits you in general, like fits your playstyle, handles well in your hands or whatever, you have to understand what is important to a character, what makes a character, the mechanics, the details, specs, and all that or whatever. Um, I'm only using Kirby because that's the character that I play. He is my main. Um, and Smash Brothers is full of a bunch of things that are very character specific, and we can cross those bridges when we get there. But to start off, we have to talk about the basics and fundamentals of Smash Brothers in general, and we're literally starting bare bones. So first things first is that we're going to talk about a character's movement. Um, we should also at some point talk about how to set up your controls, which can be a very character or person to person thing. I will show you like the general thing that most people do, but first and foremost, movement. So, in Smash Brothers, it is a platform fighting game. It is not a traditional 2D fighter, so there's a lot more range of movement than you would usually find. It's probably the most movement you're going to find in a fighting game besides an anime fighter. So you move your stick a little bit, you got a walk animation. It's gradual. You got like a slow walk or whatever. You have a faster walk, and then you have a kind of like a speed walk or whatever. And this is just if you slowly move your stick or whatever. Not really useful for anything, just something to note. Can tilt people, but that's another thing. And then if you fiercely press your movement stick or whatever, you get your dash. Everybody dashes and runs at different speeds. There's slow characters, there's fast characters. Kirby's about in the middle, whatever. He's a little faster than most people, but everybody has a dash, and you constantly dash as long as nothing's in your way. If you run into somebody, you do not pass through them, and it does slow you down. And you do push the other character. On top of that, dashing and running are two different things. So your dash, this is your dash. This is the start of that animation. And your run is what comes after that. So during a dash, ignore that. During a dash, you can't like really input anything. It's just like a little movement. You can use honestly, you can use it for spacing, for getting around. If you wanna, for characters who are like super slow, like Incineroar, you would kind of want to use your dash to get across the stage faster, because Incineroar is the slowest runner in the game, but his dash is considerable, so you'll see a lot of Incineroars kind of foxtrot across the screen or whatever, which is what multiple dashes are called. It's called foxtrotting. But if you run fast enough, you can just run to the other side. So there we go. Dashes, running, and walking. That is your linear or horizontal movement. That's how you get across the stage or whatever. But because this is a platform fighter, there is also aerial movement. Kirby is a kind of extra an example of this because Kirby has multiple jumps outside of this, but every character usually has 2 jumps. You have your on stage jump, right? And then you have 1 jump after that. One on stage jump and 1 jump after that. I'm sure our good friend Mario might be able to show that off a lot better if that's even in the range of things that he can do. He's not. Okay, so he has 1 on stage jump and then you get 1 jump after that. Nope, don't do that. Man, almost came for my life. And that is gonna be how you want to operate off stage when there's being on stage, but you can also come off stage, and that's usually how you're gonna recover it, by jumping amongst other things. But yes, some things to note. There's a thing called dash dancing. It's not as important in this game as it is in other games, but it's the process of dashing back and forth with the animation. And when you see just like that quick turnaround and that constant like dust, that's what dash dancing is. It's more of like a mix-up thing, but it's not super important. We can get into it later. Just be aware of what it is. On top of that, there is a different type of jump. So this is called your full jump. It's the max height you can go when you just press the button. But if you lightly press the button, there are short hops. Short hops are used for landing aerial attacks at a smaller distance, but we'll get into that. Just be aware that there is a full hop and a short hop. 2 different things entirely. Just keep up. Make sure you're taking notes about all this. Quick review. Walking. Slow walks. Fast walks. Dashing. Dash. And running. You have your jump. You have 1 aerial jump on top of that. For most characters, Kirby is a specific case. He has multiple jumps, but we'll get into specifics later. And full hop, short hop. The other type of movement that you need to be aware of, but we don't have to get into immediately, is fast falling. So, at the apex of your jump, when you reach the top, if you press down, you will fall faster. And you can tell when you're fast falling because there is a sparkle that goes off. And that's how you know that you've actually done the fast fall. This is regular speed of me just not fast falling, right? And this is me fast falling. I get to the ground a lot faster. Just being aware of those things, alright? So now you know how to move in Smash Brothers. Now you know how to get around. You're a pro at getting across the stage. You're a pro at jumping over people, running into them, stuff like that. Something else to note, you can crouch if you just hold down. The only major importance of crouching is that there are characters who can be small enough to avoid attacks. It is kind of like a defensive option, but very particular. Not everybody does it. Kirby's one of those characters who you can crouch some things and things will go over his head. Not everybody can do it. Some characters can crouch walk, but it's character specific. Lots of character specific things in this game. But that's movement in a nutshell. So now we're gonna move on to some defensive options in Smash Brothers. So before you can even think about being or hitting somebody, I think what's more important is to know how to prevent being hit. So your first, most important, I personally believe, option, which will lead into every other option that you have, is shielding. Shielding is generally binded to the right trigger. And you get the little bubble right here. This bubble decreases over time. If you hit somebody while you're shielding, I can actually do this. Oh my god. So, if I hold shield or whatever, Mario hold shield. Nope. Wrong character. The shield will diminish. And you will... So that is your first and foremost defensive option, right? shields diminish over time. Shielding is not an infinite option. The game punishes you for using too much of a defensive option. So the longer you hold shield, you have your shield get hit, etc., shields pop. When your shield pops, you can't do anything. You're stuck in this animation, and you can mash out of it to make it faster, and mashing is just putting in inputs in general. You can press buttons, you can roll your movement stick or whatever, you can do anything. As long as you're pressing buttons, you're mashing. And you can tell that you're mashing successfully because you'll see these white swipes go over your character. So if you can see, nothing is happening. This is me not mashing, and when I start mashing, white swipes start going around the character, and that's how you know that the character, or that's how you know that your enemy or yourself has started mashing. So that is what the shield is. Also to note, you can move your oh my god, you can move your shield around to prevent shield poking. Shield poking is when somebody is holding shield, and as you know, it starts to not protect everything around them. The shield gets small, and there's going to be open spots. And as long as that shield is small enough, and you aim at the right places, you will hit them past their shield, and they won't be able to defend anything. So he's fully covered right now, but right at about this point, I can down tilt. It broke the shield, but generally it will hit his feet and pop him up or whatever, and the defense will be bypassed or whatever. The other mechanic in shielding, so shielding is like the #1 defense. You shield. When somebody tries to hit you, you can block it. It's the equivalent of blocking in this game is shielding. Now, say you don't want to get hit, or you don't want damage to fall on your shield or whatever. There are other options starting from the shield that you can start doing. So, let's set our good friend here to do his side smash, right? I can roll, and that is your next defensive option. Rolling is done by holding the shield button and pressing forward or pressing backwards. It will get you out of harm's way, and you will not be hit by an attack. And there are certain attacks that can punish you for rolling if they know that you're going to roll. So don't use it too haphazardly. And on top of that, let's get this man to stop doing stuff real quick. On top of that, in this specific game, there is like I said, this game punishes you for being too defensive. So if you're rolling a lot, the rolls get slower. So if I just keep rolling back and forth, you'll notice that like the animation is taking a lot longer, and it gets slower and slower and laggier. This is called roll degradation. The more you roll, the longer the animation takes, and the more you can be punished for doing it. So you want to use your rolls sparingly and decisively. And the next defensive option on top of that, say you want to avoid an attack, you don't want your shield to get hit, but you want to stay in the same place so that you can punish them for doing the attack. There's a spot dodge. The spot dodge, once again, starting from the shield, is done by inputting down. You will stay in the same place, and you will be invincible for a couple frames, and you will be able to punish somebody after it if you don't get hit after the spot dodge, because there are attacks that will still hit you if you spot dodge because of how long an attack lasts. And we'll get into like attack length and stuff like that in a moment or whatever, but that's just something to keep in mind. So spot dodging, inputted by shielding and pressing down. And as you notice, when you like wait to do it, you are losing shield as you do it. So you can do all of these options without losing shield if you just press both buttons at the same time. You don't lose any shield for it because it happens immediately. You don't even see the shield come up. Back again to the point of this game being a platform fighter, so we have to worry about air stuff. There is an air dodge. You can only air dodge once. And the air dodge is done by pressing the shield button in the air like this. You flash white, can't be hit, and you're invincible for a good while. On top of that, you can do a directional air dodge, which will move you and do the air dodge at the same time. So I can go up, I can go back, I can go forward, I can go down, I can go you can go any direction with your directional air dodge, whatever you think though. But do pay in mind that the directional air dodge and air dodge have end lag. So once I do it, there's a bit of time where I can't input any buttons. If I can't do anything after that. I have to wait for the animation to be over, and that can be punished, and you can be hurt for somebody who knows that you're gonna air dodge. So once again, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is a game with defensive options, but your defensive options have to be decisive, because the moment you use them too much, the moment that you use them predictably, you will be punished for it, and it will put you in a worse place. So now that we know how to move around and how to defend from attacks coming our way, the next part of the game is attacking. So like any fighting game, every character has normals and special attacks. We're gonna go over what normals are first, because there's a good hefty amount of normals that you can have. The first thing, like any game, is the equivalent to like a Street Fighter light punch or whatever, and it's called a jab. So jab is done just by pressing A. Kirby has a 2-frame jab, that's why this is so fast. Mario, oh, I have to put him under control again. There you go. Mario has his own jab. His is a little slower. Every character has a different speed of jab. Everybody has different types of jabs. So Kirby, it has what is called a rapid jab, where the animation will keep going as long as you press the A, or you hold down the A button, and every rapid jab ends with a finisher attack, and that'll launch him a certain distance, and that is how those work. Mario has what is called I believe that he has a 3-hit jab, and it's two light hits that will be stuck in, and then ends with a finisher. It's 1, 2, 3. So those are the 2 types of jabs that are in the game, both normals. On top of that, we have the next level of that are tilt attacks. Tilt attacks are the second fastest options that you have, and every character has tilt attacks that serve different purposes. They generally do the same thing for every character, but all character specific stuff. Maybe one day I'll do character guides. Probably not though, because I don't know every character very well. I just know a handful. Tilt attacks are inputted by slightly holding a direction and pressing the A button. So we can go back to walking, and if you walk and press A, you get a forward tilt. If you hold up and press A, you get the up tilt. If you hold down and press A, you get the downward tilt. There are only 3 tilt attacks: forward, up, and down. Every character only has 3. The way I have my controller set up, and once again we will do a conversation about controller setups in general, is that I do all of my tilt attacks with the C stick, so that it's way easier for me to consistently use them and throw them out. And that way, like with forward tilt, I don't have to walk forward to do it. I can just stand and do it like this. I have my up tilt, down tilt. I can throw them out consistently, whatever. But every character has 3 tilt attacks. Once again, forward, up, down. So let's review attacks that we have: rapid jabs and regular jabs, up tilt, forward tilt, down tilt. These are all normals that a character can use. The next thing we have are smash attacks. And smash attacks are, if we're once again going to like a Street Fighter analogy, if jabs are light punch, tilts are your mediums, right? Medium punch, medium kick. And then, so smash attacks are going to be your heavy punches. They're going to be hard-hitting moves. They're going to be kill moves. They are going to be commitments, because there's going to be a lot of end lag on them. And that's how you're going to get like your chunky damage. They usually consistently do about 20 to 30%. And percentage is how this game operates. Percentage is the more percent you have, the further you get launched. And this game is all not about depleting a health bar, but it is getting somebody off stage and sending them to the topward side or topward blast zone, bottom blast zone, or the blast zones on the side of the stage. But we'll get into that later. So smash attacks. Everyone, once again, only have 3. You have your up smash. These are inputted by slamming the direction stick in one direction and pressing A at the same time. So just at the same time, up and A. And then you have a forward smash. And then you have a down smash. Those are your 3 smash attack options. I'll show you Mario's just to show that every character just has different stuff. Up smash, forward smash, down smash. Mario also has different tilt attacks. Oh, I have to do his the regular way. So up tilts, forward tilts, down tilts. That's all the type of attacks that you got going on for you right now. So the other, like, it's technically a normal. Oh, well, let me get ahead of myself. Sorry. This is going to be a really, like, rough video. Just because I'm kind of doing this off the dome. I do have, like, a sheet in front of me or whatever that I'm working from. But bear with me. So the other type of normal you have are dash attacks. Dash attacks are done by while you're dashing or running and pressing the attack button. Everybody has different dash attacks. Like, again, character-specific stuff. And dash attacks look like this. While you're running, you just press that attack button. If you have your second motion stick set to tilt attacks, it will also do dash attacks for you. Those are all your ground normals. Jab, up tilt, down tilt, forward tilt, dash attacks, up smash, down smash, forward smash. Now, once again, said it before, reiterating myself, Super Smash Bros. Is a platform fighter, so there's aerial movement. So every character has 4 aerial attacks. You have I lied. You have 5 aerial attacks. So you have the neutral aerial attack, also known as a nair and air, neutral air, and that is input by while you're in the air, you press the attack button but no direction. Kirby's looks like this. And Mario's looks like this. No direction is being pressed and you're just pressing the attack button. So that's the first one, and then you have the up air, which is up and an attack button. Okay. You have a down air, which is down and the attack button. So these next 2 attacks are instances of when pressing forward and backwards makes it different. Because with our tilt attacks, it was the same thing, right? But in the air, they're different. So in the air, Kirby has a forward air. And then Kirby has a back air. They're different attacks. And I'll just show you with Mario to show you that shit can be different. So we have up air. Oh my god. Up air. Nair. Neutral air. Down air. Forward air. And a back air. So every character has 5 aerial attacks. And that's how we are going to be laying down offense. You're gonna use your just small attacks to get like damage in. Everything has different kind of like launches and stuff. And Mario will get up. Stuff like that. And so the last bit of normals that a character will have are grabs. Grabs, pummels, and directional throwing. So usually in a traditional fighting game, you grab a character and you either throw them forward or backwards, unless it's like a command grab or whatever. In Smash Brothers, you get four directional throws, right? But the first step is grabbing. Grabbing is usually triggered or binded to like your left trigger. Everybody has different grab animations, grab speeds, and grab distances, so we have to be wary of all those factors when you're choosing your character. But when you grab somebody, they start blinking yellow. Blinking yellow means that they cannot be grabbed again until a certain point, until they stop blinking yellow, because you can't consistently keep grabbing somebody. It would be bad, and it would not be fun. Once you grab somebody, if you press the A button, you hit them and you tack on damage. Alright? So that is called the pummel. Everybody has different pummels. People pummel at different speeds or whatever. It is a small difference that doesn't matter incredibly much, but it is a factor in the game. And then on top of that, you have your forward directional throws. So when you grab someone, you can press up to throw them in an upward fashion. Everybody's grabs will send in like different angles and stuff like that. Grabs are another, once again, character specific thing. So on top of that, we have forward throws, we have back throws, and we have down throws. Show you Mario's for reference. Okay. So Mario can grab, can pummel. He can forward throw. He can back throw. Oh, please get up. Okay, up throw. And you can down throw. So once again, 4 types of throws. 4 types of throws. Pummels. Everybody has a different grab animation. That's just a quick review on that. Lastly, in our little basics overview, we have not lastly. This is not the last thing we're going to talk about, because we have to talk about specials and recovery. So, specials. So I showed all the normal moves, and all the normal moves that we just did right now are done with the A button. But specials are done with the B button. The B button is going to be that little red button on your GameCube controller, or on your Pro controller is going to be the B button. It's going to be a button with a B on it. Everybody has 5 special moves except for Terry. So you have your neutral special. Your neutral special is inputted by pressing no directional input and just the B button. Kirby is inhale. Special moves, like all fighting games, I should add, are where everything gets extremely character specific. So I'm going to show Kirby special moves, and then I'm going to show Mario special moves, just to show you the differences or whatever, because that's kind of where their toolkit gets, like, that's how you start really deciding who your character is going to be. That's where your toolkit comes into hand. But anyway, neutral special, you just hold B. Press B, hold B, different for every character. So neutral, up B, up special, down special, down special, forward special. Oh, they only have 4. Haha, I lied. Because forward and back are the same. So every character has 4 special moves except for Terry. Terry has 5. Because forward and back are the same. And special moves are the only things where they are not unique to the air. They will sometimes have different properties in the air, but you don't get a different set of special moves in the air. They're still the same moves. And just to show off Mario has some different stuff. So he has his neutral special, he has his forward special, his down special, and his up special. All different. So you've learned how to move on the ground and in the air. You've learned how to protect yourself, and you've learned how to hit people. You know how to throw out attacks, and you now know what attacks you're throwing out and how to do them, so that you're not just like haphazardly pressing buttons. If you want to hit somebody with a specific move, you now know how to get that out. Like I said earlier, Smash Brothers is a game about knocking your opponent off the stage and keeping them off the stage. So one of the biggest part of the games is recovery. because a lot of this game's core, like outplaying somebody, being smarter than somebody, really like winning the game for yourself, is going to be done during recovery situations. If somebody can read how you're going to recover from being hit on the stage, or being hit off stage and coming back from it, is going to be super important to winning and losing games. So the first situation I'm gonna show you are on stage, because you're gonna be bounced around on stage a couple of times. You're gonna be hit in places, and it's gonna be it's part of the game. Being hit is being a part of the game. So I'm just gonna increase the damage a little bit. So when you get hit on stage, your character will bounce, and you'll be left on the floor. Like that. You're going to be laying on the floor. And from this point where Mario's at, you have a couple of options. I'm going to actually put myself at the percentage and have this man hit me, so that I can show you a little better. There you go. Can I get him to do tilt attacks? There it is. We'll do this and put me at a little less. Alright. Alright, so I get hit on stage. First thing I'm gonna do is press forward and to get up forward. And that's called a forward get up, or forward roll get up. The next thing I do, I get like that, I can roll backwards. So you have the option of rolling forward and rolling backwards. And then third option, you press the attack button and you'll do a get up attack. A get up attack is invincible as you do it, and it will hit anybody who's right next to you trying to capitalize on it. Third thing, you can tech it. Teching is done by pressing the shield button as you're about to touch the floor. Next thing, you can tech forward. Ooh, that one's a good example. There we go. So teching forward is the same thing as teching. You just press the forward as you do the tech. So you press the shield button as you're about to hit the stage, and you also press forward. And you can also tech backwards. Oh, that was a good example. There you go. You can also tech backwards. Everybody has different like teching distances when they do the little roll animation, but it's another option that you have. So you have two more options here. Or did I cover them all? So you can, oh no, you have two other options. So you can stay on stage, and you can just wait for the get up animation on your own. That's called a late wake up or whatever. Or you can get up faster. So just in review, you can, you can choose to land on stage and don't tech it. I mean, what really separates these set of options is teching and not teching. If you don't tech it, you're gonna bounce on stage, and from there you can either wake up forward, wake up back, or wake up where you're standing, or you can get up attack. And you can choose when you do this, because you're just gonna lay there until you input something, or you wait for the late get up. On the other hand, you can tech it, and you can tech forward, tech backwards, or tech in place. There is no attack option for teching. The only like attack option, air quotations on that, is teching and then throwing out a move, because you have enough like active frames because you got up faster. Generally speaking, teching is the better option. If you all those no tech options are what you want to do if you didn't tech the move, or you didn't tech the recovery. So that's what you have to deal with because you forgot to tech. But generally, you want to tech. You want to tech and choose an option for yourself that's going to put you in the safest place. Because at that point, you're in what's called disadvantage. And disadvantage is the point where the opponent can continue his aggression, his offense, and you have to do something to get out of a bad situation. So that is all of your on stage recovery situations. Now, I'm going to move this man over here. Oh, okay. We're going to cover off stage recovery. So, remember when we talked about that up special thing? Up special is going to be, generally up special is going to be your main recovery option. It is up special as a unified concept among characters is used for recovery, offstage recovery. So you get launched off stage quite a lot in this game, and you want to use the first thing you do is use your jumps to get back to the ledge. That's how you're gonna get it back more than anything. Jumping back is the safest, but may not be the greatest thing, because sometimes somebody's gonna come off stage and come for you, so you have to know how to avoid that measure as well. So on top of that, you have the old up B. Up Bs generally are attacks that will put you back on the, let me do this, will put you back on the ledge, will attack somebody at the ledge to protect you from being hurt. And you can also use them to jump above the ledge to get back on stage, or you can use it below, or like right at, you can do it at varying distance, depending on your character's up B, of course, character specific shenanigans. But you can use it to get back on stage more safe than just jumping to the ledge or jumping above the ledge. Let me just show you some cases of that with Kirby. So I can use it below to make sure I just grab the ledge, or alternatively, if I feel like going low is bad, I can use it at the ledge to get on top. Or let me move this man forward. See how even a CPU recovers. Man, straight up just killed me. So that's what a death looks like in Smash Brothers. You get pushed to the blast zone. Or alternatively, I can use it above and protect my recovery as I get back on stage. So those are your general 3 pathways for recovery. Above the stage, at the ledge, or below the ledge. That's how you're going to use your up Bs decisively to get back. Some characters are very limited in how they can get back on stage. Characters like Incineroar, it's very difficult to get back on stage from below the ledge. And usually, you're going to want to go high or at ledge level. Characters like Dark Pit, they don't really care. They can recover from whenever, because their recovery's so huge that they can just fly back to the ledge pretty much from pretty low distances. And those are characters that you want to edge guard harder, and we'll get into what edge guarding is later on in a different videos, because I just want to get into basics today. So that's what the up B is for. As well, another option you can use to get back on stage is the air dodge. So the air dodge is good because it gives you invincibility in the air, and it will put you closer to the ledge. It's a dangerous option, I must add, because there is a ending animation to it, so you can be hit during that. But if you're going to hastily dodge an attack, or you need that little bit of distance that your jumps or your recovery won't give you, you can air dodge to the ledge, and you will grab the ledge with a little bit of invincibility before you grab it. So it is an option that you do have available to you. The last thing that we need to cover in this beautiful world of basics is ledge options. Because you've just learned how to get back to the ledge, and now you're there. So what are you going to do? So the first thing you do is just get up. You press forward and you just get up. You just stand at the ledge. There's a little bit of invincibility in your ledge get up animation or whatever. But you just stand there. Your next option, if you can do a get up attack from the ledge. You throw out an attack, the attack is invincible for a little bit, and it gets somebody off of you. The get up attack can be shielded and punished if properly predicted, but it is an option that you have. But it's not you're not limited to just 2. You also have a jump. You can jump from the ledge and go over people's head. So that is safe, because if somebody's trying to hit you at the ledge and they're just waiting for you, you can just jump over them. Once again, can't be predicted. There are things that will stop somebody from ledge jumps and stuff like that. There's good covering setups that exist, but it is something that you have in your arsenal. And lastly, you have ledge drops. Oh, I didn't even get to the ledge. You have ledge drops. Oh my god. Do this. So, you can drop from the ledge and throw out an attack. Now that was not automatic. That is not something the game does for you. It is something I did myself. So you press down to drop from the ledge, right? And then you jump immediately after and throw an attack. And it doesn't have to be forward air. You can literally do any attack that you think will work. I can do nair to protect myself. You have options. But when you drop from the ledge, you simply let go, and you are available to use any of your arsenal to help you get back on stage or to correctly navigate a situation. And that is the basics of Smash Brothers. And what we really covered today are characters as a generic concept, how they move, how they attack, how they defend themselves, and how they interact with, not really how they interact, but how they move, defend themselves, and attack other people, right? We also talked about the basic game plan of Smash Brothers. You hit people until they get knocked off stage, and when you're the one who is off stage, you use these things to recover back to the stage. You navigate being knocked down on a stage. You navigate recoveries, understanding what somebody else wants to do and how to prevent being hurt, and how to optimally defend yourself. Something to just remember about Smash Brothers Ultimate in general is that Ultimate is a much more aggressive game. It is a game that rewards you for your offstage. It rewards you for your offstage presence. It rewards you for your offense, and it rewards you for proper defense, not just defending all the time or constantly throwing out dodges and rolls and holding shield, because shield moves will eat up your shield like crazy in this game. It rewards super good defense. With using spare dodges, and you get good frame data out of those framed or spare dodges or whatever. Choosing to attack, because this game generally is so much faster, and you can throw out fast moves in this game. Kirby has a 2-frame jab, which is 2 frames is probably the fastest you're ever going to get out of a character in this game. There's no character that has a frame 1 move. Frame 2 is the fastest you can get. And you want to be aggressive and smartly defensive. You want to navigate situations with the goal of being in advantage at the end, and not just surviving it. Because just surviving is not going to get you anywhere in this game. You have to use the attacks that use attacks, knowing what those attacks do, and knowing how to follow up on those attacks. And these are just concepts that we're going to handle later on more in depth or whatever. We'll talk about like labbing, how combos kind of work in this game, stuff like that. Just to give you like a sneak peek of what like rewarded offense looks like in this game, there's a concept in this game called parrying, and anybody who's played Street Fighter 3 will know exactly what this is like. Anybody who's played Ultimate for a long time, since release anyway, will know what it is. But parrying is done by when somebody's about to hit you, letting go of shield. Oh fuck. There's gonna be a moment. Oh wow, that was bad timing. I will get this. Oh my god. I don't even remember the parrying window. 1, 2. We will get this. I gotta wait for my shield to deplete. But parrying is done by letting go of shield the moment the attack's gonna hit you. I believe it's like an 8-frame window. Why am I not getting this? I need to go to 0% actually. Hold up. There you go. So what had happened is I let go of shield the moment the attack was gonna hit me. I don't go anywhere, and from that point I'm able to punish him immediately after. He's stuck in the animation and I'm not. Oh my god, back to this again. And I get to punish him because I parried it. And I let go of shield, which is an offensive thing to do. To let go of your shield, let go of your defensive option so that you can do an offensive option in turn. So Smash Bros. Ultimate is a game that rewards defense. There are defensive playstyles, and you can be defensive in this game, but it rewards the offense more than it does reward defense. So your defense, if you're going to be defensive, you have to be defensive like amazingly. But this in entirety has been, you know, just how to properly navigate Smash Brothers Ultimate. How to, and this will help you find your characters. Take the time after watching through this to look at characters that you like and just try out all the moves that we talked about today. Look at their jabs, look at their special moves, look at their tilt attacks and their aerials, look at the entirety of the moves that they've been given, and tell yourself how you feel, or ask yourself how you feel about them. Walk around with them, run around with them, jump in the air with them, use their movement to their full ability, because all of those things really build a character and build a play style. And being comfortable with those things is what's going to help you to say, yes, this character is the character for me. So, thank you for watching. If you want to see more, please let me know, because I've been super hesitant about like doing this. I didn't know if people were going to like it, so I just really want to hear good feedback, or not just good feedback. I want to hear any feedback about this. If I could organize this in a certain way that would help you, let me know. If you have certain questions that you want me to cover, please let me know. My name is Smeckle, full title Smeckle and Smoot. You can find me at on Twitter and Twitch, both at Smeckle and Smoot. And I will see you guys sometime in the near future with another video of a montage, how to play this game, etc. Thank you so much for your time.